You know, preachers say slavery ain't so bad, God gonna bless you by and by. That was good preaching, but it didn't make sense. So I want to bring on Mayor Fox in a minute, Mayor Secretary Fox, and then Brother Jasper Williams is going to close us out. I told Jasper this is a very distinguished audience of very well educated people. Don't want him in here swinging his handkerchief around and cuddling and going on. Jasper's son's up here, little Jasper's son, get his tenor. They come out of that hoop and hop and skipping tradition. Give both of them. He's on the way. He'll be here eventually. This is an interesting season for our struggle. And I'm not convinced altogether from our actions that we know what time it is. The writers say that the morning cometh and so does the night. What time is it? If you don't know what time it is in the game, you may go into a game one touchdown behind, a minute to go, and start doing quarterback sneaks rather than throwing the ball. But you don't know what time, you don't know what the position is. It's important that we know that we're in a very different season than 50 years ago. Today, the most fundamental difference, Bishop, is that we are free but not equal. And the segregation gap by race is not as wide as the resource gap is by disparity today. Your plain lands in Chicago or Atlanta or Memphis or Chattanooga or Miami or New York or LA, we do not own a single high-rise building that we built in downtown America anywhere in America. Free but not equal. 19,000 auto dealerships, 246 are African American. Honda, 1,300 dealerships, 13 black. GM, 4,300 dealerships, 36 black, 3 Cadillac dealerships. Mercedes-Benz, 400 dealerships, 5 black. Free but not equal. Blacks own only one soft drink franchise in America. Free but not equal. And really, our struggle was not really to get free. We had to get free to get equal. We had to end the game to be able to function in the game. And some of us have hung our harps on the willows and started playing music before the concert was over. Yeah. A classic case is Montgomery, Alabama, where the modern civil rights struggle was launched with the boycott and Rosa Parks and Dr. King. It's a city, Bishop, that's 58% African American, with the Tea Party mayor. And the 58% black. The crisis in Ferguson, Missouri, in part was you had 5 blacks eligible to vote for every 1 white. The blacks voted 5%. Didn't have a single official elected in town. I met with a group of the young people who were really willing to live or die for the struggle in front of the place where Michael Brown had been killed. I said, we need to register and vote with a passion. Well, I said, the hell with voting around, we're into the real deal. I said, well, one thing I know about football, if you stop before you get to the goal line, you don't score. If you run past the goal line, you don't score. You've got to be in the pocket to score. I said, I ain't into the system. I said, well, let me ask you a question, a practical question. If you were, would you like to be on the jury when the killer of Michael Brown come to jail? Show your right. So what would you do? Bust him. You do only those who are registered are eligible to be on the jury. Only registered voters can be on the jury. So you can't bust him. When they had the trial for Trayvon Martin, there were several thousand outside waiting for the verdict, but none on the jury. They couldn't bust him. I said, you know, you have the power to elect judges. You have the power to elect prosecutors. You, in fact, can elect the mayor, and who appoints police and fire chiefs. You can serve on the jury. And they came unto themselves. They had hung their harps on the willows. They could cuss and make noise, but they couldn't make music because they had surrendered. A preacher should never hang his Bible on the tree. Those who would dare preach and teach must take the harps off the willows and begin to blow sweet music again.